When you were a child, a year could feel enormous. Summer felt endless. A birthday felt impossibly far away. But now, a year can disappear before you even realize it happened. January becomes March. March becomes June. And suddenly, you're standing at the end of another year, wondering where all that time went. So what changed? Did time actually start moving faster? Or did something inside our experience of time change? Because the strange thing is, the clock doesn't know how old you are. A minute is still a minute. A year is still a year. And yet somehow, life can feel like it's moving faster. Maybe the first clue is that there are two different experiences of time. There's the time you're living through, and there's the time you remember. Think about waiting for something you're really looking forward to. You check the clock. 5 minutes pass. You check again. Only 2. The present can feel painfully slow. But then, weeks disappear. Months disappear. And somehow, you look back and wonder where the year went. Because when you're living through a moment, your attention is inside it. But when you look back, you aren't experiencing those minutes again. You're remembering. And memory doesn't preserve every second equally. Some moments become landmarks, others almost disappear. This is where childhood becomes interesting. Think about how many firsts you experience when you're young. Your first day at school, your first real friendship, your first trip somewhere unfamiliar. The world keeps introducing you to things you've never experienced before. And when something is new, you pay attention. You build landmarks. But as life becomes familiar, parts of it repeat. The same roads, the same rooms. Wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. And when many days resemble the days before them, the past becomes harder to distinguish. There isn't one simple explanation for this. Research suggests our sense of how quickly life has passed is shaped by memory, meaning, emotion, attention, and how we compare different periods of our lives. There's another explanation you've probably heard. As you get older, each year becomes a smaller fraction of the life you've already lived. When you're 5, a year is huge. When you're 50, it's small. It's an interesting idea. But a clock doesn't care how old you are. A year doesn't actually get shorter. So maybe the better question isn't why time speeds up, but why life looks more compressed when we look back at it. When psychologists talk about life moving quickly, they're usually talking about a retrospective judgment, not a literal perception of time accelerating. You're looking backward, deciding how fast a period seems to have passed, using what you remember, what stood out, what mattered. So, can we slow time down? Probably not the clock. But maybe that's not the right question. Because sometimes, when you're completely absorbed in something, you stop thinking about time altogether. You're simply there. And later, that experience remains as a distinct part of your memory. A place you've never been. A conversation you didn't expect. A day that broke your routine. Not because those moments slow time, but because they give your mind something new to notice and something new to remember. Because when you look back at your life, you don't relive every second. You experience the pieces that remain. And maybe that's why an entire year can feel like it disappeared. Not because it was shorter, but because when we look backward, we don't see the clock. We see the story our memory left behind. You're not watching the clock move faster. You're realizing how much of the journey has already become memory. One day, you'll look back at the period you're living through right now, and it will feel impossibly far away. So perhaps the real question isn't, how do I make time slow down? Maybe it's, what is my life becoming while time passes? Because the clock will keep moving, whether you're paying attention or not. The clock never needed to speed up. We just became aware of how quickly a life can become a memory.